MatPat's final theory. It's finally here, the day that a lot of fans of MatPat game theory, you know, in general, have been dreading. You know, recently, if you didn't know already, MatPat announced his retirement, and it's pretty insane because, you know, considering the empire that he has built up, it's really insane. So it's a sad day for a lot of people. I thought, you know, we've done a few reactions to the theories before, but this one's special. You know, I never met MatPat myself, but I do remember going to VidCon, and I went to his like panel that him and Steph like had. And funny enough, he was actually wearing this red shirt as well, or red jacket. He does always wear the red jacket. He really sticks to the red jacket. It's really funny. I just remember being in like awe of like how well he handled himself on stage, you know? Like I was thinking, oh, there's no way that I could do that. I don't think I could definitely be that smooth. And yeah, and over the years, like we were lucky enough to, you know, make a small little part in a few of the game theories. I think we were in a piece of the Bendy one. I still remember doing a reaction to the Bendy theory, and like there was a clip of me in there, and I was like so happy about that. I made a whole video about that. And of course, I'm very honored to be a part of the little tiny bit of the Lily's Garden theory.
That was until Bijuu Mike called us out in his video reacting to our Grubhub episode. And would you look at that, we've suddenly come full circle. The fires of theory were burning again, and I got to work. So here we are. Don't say I don't do anything for you.
So even though I've never met MatPat, it's definitely, I've respected him tremendously. I cannot believe how hard he works. He has like 15 channels. It's not really, but a lot of channels. They're all insanely popular and just honestly really interesting, even if some of the theories are kind of crazy. But that's kind of part of the memes, you know? I think the memes have been the best part as well. So long, MatPat. Seriously, from YouTuber to YouTuber, I can only imagine the amount of work that has gone into this, and to be able to like take a break, rest, do the things that he wants to do. I totally respect him for that. And yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Let's do this reaction. I wanted to see this for myself. Dang, 6 hours ago, 3 million views, #1 trending. Yeah, so even YouTube actually made their own video about MatPat. I don't think they've ever done that. I don't think they've ever done that to anybody. So that's how you know the cultural impact I feel like MatPat has definitely made, man. It's really insane. Oh yeah, so I did see this part. I did see this part. So apparently, I don't want to spoil it, but a certain creator of a certain insanely popular game that MatPat has done a billion theories on is gonna be in the video, so. This is a moment in history, man. Oh, is this like one of the first openings or something? I've always liked the intro. I always thought the intros were really cool. Oh, okay. I think the first theory that I ever watched from game theory was probably like a Zelda one, because that was like interesting to me. I love Zelda, so.
Hello, internet. Welcome to
Oh, konnichiwa. Why is it a Japanese? I don't set that.
Theory, where that is the last time that I'll be saying those words officially on this channel.
Wearing the red jacket.
How do you say goodbye? 13 years ago, I made you this promise.
Do you want to know more about the games you love without
Dude, he sounds a
having to
lot
put
different.
in any work of your own? Well, now you can play and learn. That's right, Weboverse. We have created Game Theory, gaming's tangential learning experience.
Wow.
Well, Weboverse, here we are today. 3,000 videos of tangential learning later.
Woo!
How do you sum
3,000. I mean, I have over 3,000 videos too, but like, that's nothing compared to like. His videos are very high quality, right? So much editing and work has gone into them. That's a lot. But he has been on YouTube for a long time. There's some really old videos, I think, with him in it, so.
Let up.
Dang, I didn't know of 3,000.
The last one of these things, so probably shouldn't do that again. It'd be redundant and probably not great for the tech equipment. We've also spent the last 10 weeks together knowing.
Yeah, the announcement video was pretty sad.
Right? So I really feel like I've gotten my farewell tour. I've buried hatchets, I've rekindled friendships, I made sweeping videos about the state of online entertainment, fired some tanks. That was legitimately very cool. I honored my heritage. I made Disney mad at me one final time, which, you know, felt appropriate. Got some new dripping, and just in general, sped ran my way through all the things that were left in my content creator bucket list. So again, I ask, how do you say goodbye? First, it's probably most important to remind you that it's not officially goodbye, right? It's not like I'm dying or anything. It's more of a feeling.
No, he's dying. Like that was gonna be the end of Oh god, that would be dark, actually. God, what was I was gonna say something and I totally forgot now.
Later. I'm still gonna be doing plenty of stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I'm already booked to do the fashion show on Style Theory later this year. I'm still gonna be here on the couch for GT Live. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna be giving a speech over at PAX. I was recently in a kill count. Heck, I'm already slated to do the Jacksepticeye podcast, the Ludwig podcast. There's a collaboration I'm doing with Shea Fearless Productions. There's the FNAF musical over on Random Encounters. Like, I will be doing a lot, and you will probably be sick of me doing all these things on everyone else's channels.
I mean, yeah, right. Like when someone retires, they don't just stop completely, even though that would be probably fine if you did that. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I assumed that they would be doing stuff. It's just kind of a goodbye to what has made him popular, right? Game theory is huge. So for him to not be doing the videos, it is a big deal.
If you do want to stay in touch with me, there are actually two ways that you could do it. Normally, I'd say something like, "Oh, you can follow me on Twitter."
No, I don't think they're very active on Twitter.
Like a grand total of 0 people who want to be over on that platform. So instead, I decided to make you this: a mysterious website named where'smatpat.com. This is going to be a place that I update every once in a while when I have news about some new project that's coming up, or, you know, a mystery that you're going to have to solve by digging through the source code. Yes,
oh, that's cool.
It's a ripoff of scottgames.com. No, I don't feel bad about that because he stole enough of my ideas over the years. He kind of owes me one. Editor should drop on some deal with it sunglasses in this moment. Yeah. Once you're there, make sure you sign up via email. Don't worry, I'm not going to be spamming you with updates or anything. It'll be more like a MatPat newsletter, or maybe a Christmas card that you get every once in a while with a funny update, or maybe we could chat about a favorite movie
That's
or
pretty
something.
cool.
I'll send
Yeah.
over the occasional video that I'm just inspired to make. Who knows? Basically, this is just meant to be a way to let you all know what I'm up to directly in a way that isn't going to be subject to filtering algorithms, you know? And to get
Yeah,
things
it's
off,
pretty
this
smart
week,
to
we'll
make
be
your own
selecting
website. I
100
should have done that a long
random
time
emails
ago,
that
but
sign up
I
with
never did.
personalized letters. And from that point forward, once or twice a week, I'll continue pulling a handful of emails to send personal notes to. It'll be a fun way to stay in touch.
Okay, that's cool.
Enough stalling. Back to the question at hand. How do you say goodbye? Well, I think you honestly have to end it all where it began. This title, A Game Theory about game theory. Did you know that game theory isn't just a nerdy YouTube show? It's also a nerdy economics concept. If that's news to you, I honestly can't blame you. At this point, we've created enough confusion online that apparently we've merited our own disambiguation tag on Wikipedia for game theory searches. In all seriousness, for the
I ain't gonna lie, I have no idea what that is.
first 5 years of the show, I received so many tweets from people who are mid-year in their economics courses, screenshotting their textbooks, freaking out when they got to the episode on game. It's not an episode, it's a chapter. When they got to the chapter on game theory, being like, "Oh my gosh, dude, did you know that you were in this thing?" And yeah, we definitely did. The pun, believe it or not, was intentional. In fact, Steph and I knew from the very beginning that it was likely that the final episode of Game Theory was going to be about game theory. Why? Well, because game theory, it's everywhere. You can't.
Oh
escape
yeah,
it.
okay. So I have heard about that. Okay, I mean that does make sense. So I know that they are also very smart. Like they actually went to college and I don't remember what they studied. It's something about math. I just know that they're really smart. Let's see. Okay, graduating in 2009 with a double major in theater and psychology with a concentration in neuroscience. Neuroscience. That sounds very complicated. And then the theater makes sense, like the voice that he makes it, it's just a theory. He seems like he would be like good at acting. Like I said, when I saw him at VidCon, whenever I went, it was like he handles himself really well. And I remember him telling this really like emotional like story on stage. It was really good.
You've ever seen the movie Love Actually? There's actually this opening monologue in it that goes a little something like this.
We live in a world of hatred and greed, but I don't see that. Seems to me that love is everywhere. If you look for it, you'll find that love actually is all around.
Now you just got to replace the word love with game theory, and you basically got it.
That we live in a world of hatred and greed, but I don't see that. Seems to me that
Game theory,
love is everywhere. If you look
Game
for it,
theory is
you'll find
everywhere.
game theory.
that actually is all around.
Huh, who would have suspected that English acting megastar and recent Oompa Loompa Hugh Grant would be making a guest appearance in my final episode? Truly, Truly, we have spared no expense for this one. And not only is game theory just everywhere, it also holds the secret to winning everything forever. Yeah, I know, right? That is a huge claim to make. Clearly, I was saving all my biggest secrets for the grand finale. So, you know what? Let's not beat around the bush anymore, my friends. Let's make you masters of the universe and reveal how, whether you like it or not, you all are theorists for life. Come on.
Wait, I'm a theorist too? Wow. You know what? Maybe Sans is Ness after all. Or is it the other way around? Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club is actually my mother.
Yeah, we're moving off the couch this time.
Off the couch?
I know it's a big deal. Let's go. At its core, game theory is the science of strategy. So we gamers, we understand strategy, but what exactly is game theory?
Oh yeah, I understand the strategy.
Well, to understand that, you have to go back to the original game theorist, not me, this guy right here. He might not have himself the red leather jacket.
What kind of game theories did he do?
But I'll tell you what he does have. A crater on the moon named after himself.
Oh, dang.
So
okay, that's
I'll
pretty
let you
important.
decide who has the bigger flex there. This guy right here, he is mathematician John von Neumann, and he was everywhere.
Oh, I kind of heard. I think I've heard of him.
And I do mean everywhere. Like, this guy was a key player in the invention of the digital computer. He helped with the discovery of the structure of DNA, even the creation of key components for Oppenheimer's Manhattan Project. You know, the Christopher Nolan movie.
Hey, does he have a YouTube channel though? Didn't think so. Like that's a flex. Does he have a play button? Then what did he actually do? It's like he does his amazing things.
Big things go big booms. But perhaps his biggest claim to fame was game theory. The idea that in any situation where there are two or more people, or players in this case, you can model out a game that'll help you find the best outcome. Have you ever played rock, paper, scissors and thrown out rock as the first hand? Because you know, statistically, most people choose their first move to be scissors.
Yeah,
or maybe
I do rock all the time. It's actually very predictable. You know, it is like a mind game. You gotta get into your opponent, you know?
3 moves have been rock, and they're obviously gonna be throwing rock again. Well, congratulations, that is game theory in action. And he got a Medal of Freedom for that. So it just goes to show, don't let your dreams just be dreams, kids. Sometimes getting an honorary medal is a lot easier than you think. In short, game theory is the study of strategic choice. It's math that tells you what people are gonna do and who's gonna win the game. Probably the most famous example of a game theory scenario is the prisoner's dilemma, where 2 accomplices have just committed a crime and they're both given the chance to narc on the other one. If they both deny the crime, well, they both get a short prison sentence. If one of them denies the crime and the other rats him out, the narc walks free while his buddy is stuck in prison for a long time.
Yeah, everybody's heard of that.
Confess, they both get a medium sentence. We can model the possible outcomes here in a nice, neat, mathy looking square. And while technically the best outcome for both of them would be to trust each other and not confess, they're criminals and they don't know each other that well. And because they don't trust each other, by the math, both of them narc on each other. And as a result, get a medium amount of prison.
That makes sense.
Or if that all's too complicated and hypothetical, over in England, they turned the whole thing into a game show where they say the word balls an uncomfortable amount of times.
Why do they... What kind of show is this? Golden balls?
Golden balls. Balls of riches, 12 balls. My balls are all golden. 100 golden balls, and they're all bursting with money.
That's a knee slapper right there. Oh my god, we need a show like this in America. I'll tune in every day. Sorry.
Balls, balls, balls,
It's just so
balls.
funny.
Now, why am I bringing all this up? Well, game theory is more than just wads of cash
Nuts.
jammed into a bunch of balls. Someone should tell Mr. Beast that I just discovered his next video idea. No, it has very real
I can see it
consequences
happening.
for the world.
I can see it
Back
happening.
when the US and USSR were on the brink of atomic annihilation, the principles of game theory helped both sides reach an agreement to slowly disarm.
Yeah, so it's just
nuclear
strategy,
arsenals.
really,
If you
yeah,
want
like
to know
you
more about
said.
that story, Veritasium's recent video on game theory does a great job telling it. And honestly, I can't really improve on it. So thanks for doing all the research for my final episode there, Derek. If you want an example that's a bit closer to home, though, here you
Ooh,
go.
there we go. Hey, I'm a YouTuber. I do YouTube.
See, YouTube as a platform is just a bunch of zeros and ones, right? But YouTube as a community, it's a network of people constantly trying to make strategic decisions. Creators are players who are more or less rational people making videos that'll get you to watch and like and comment and subscribe. You, the viewer, you're also a player in this. You're on a strategic mission to win the experience by finding the thing that's most satisfying to watch. And the people who run, or at least have run YouTube in the past, shout out to Todd, Jake, Neil, Ernest, Meg, Ariel, Susan, David, Fede, Vader, Stephanie, and Kim, they're all in a strategic game to keep the creators and viewers happy, while also figuring out the best possible outcome for YouTube as a company by appeasing all the advertisers and shareholders.
Yeah, don't be doing that. Hey, don't be showing that yellow dollar sign. It's my worst nightmare. I still remember back then when that never happened. Like literally you could make a video about anything almost and it was fine. It didn't matter how long the video was. Yeah, it was only for a few years I got to you know, enjoy that. And then the yellow dollar signs they attacked, and it was nightmares. It's gotten a lot better though. It used to be really bad. Like you couldn't make a video about anything almost. It really sucked. It's gotten so much better.
A complex strategic arena. And that's how you get decisions like use bright green text because it's more likely to stand out in a sea of dark gaming thumbnails and more likely to get clicks. Launch shorts as a means to counterattack against TikTok. Do a video on something that's not trending so you can stand out from
I still can't stand shorts, man.
So
I just don't like them.
Algorithm. Every video
it's just the idea behind it. It's just
on, it's the product of creators using game theory. Slap a big old game theory colon in front of every title and slam some clickbait green text on every thumbnail. All those hundreds of millions of subscribers to Jimmy and Ryan Trahan and Cocomelon, I like to think that they're all secretly ours. Where's our 200 million subscriber play button there, YouTube? In the end, it's all game theory.
Where's my 100 million play button? I don't even have close to that, but doesn't mean I wouldn't like one. One time I got a sweater from YouTube. It was really cool. They don't send me anything anymore.
Just an aside that I learned about earlier this week. Apparently there's a Chrome extension that allows you to do exactly what I just described. It quote unquote MatPatifies your YouTube feed by putting green text on like every thumbnail.
You actually
just
made
saying,
did you make that?
The peak of human achievement. I, for one, really like this one where it's Link and saying mommy's hungry.
The green text does stand out, you know?
Level. Or there was one that I saw circulating online, Ryan Gosling doing a puppy interview, and the title is Birth of a Killer. There's another one that showed up on the subreddit, Afton's Final Death Smash? I gotta say, I am proud of the mark that I
the thing is, like, you couldn't even tell if that was a theory or not. That could have been. You don't know.
leave on this platform. But so what, right? YouTube is game theory. Sure, that's great. It's interesting, but why does it matter to you, right? Why am I spending so much time talking about all of this?
Dude, I need to take the notes.
Well,
I got a notepad. I should take some notes.
Game theory can help in every strategic interaction that you have. And it's produced a literal strategy guide on the best way to live out your life. Tried and tested by all our grandfather theorists. But to truly understand that, we have to go back to where it all began, a glorified PowerPoint presentation. Weboverse, allow me to introduce you to, lights please, the trust game. I love this. We started as glorified PowerPoint slides and we're ending as glorified PowerPoint slides. Here's the TLDR of this one. The trust game was originally just named the Computer Tournament by a guy named Robert Axelrod. Clearly not the most creative with his title conventions.
Don't think I've heard of
This
this.
was the Prisoner's Dilemma or the Golden Balls thing, except here there was one.
Oh, Golden Balls, I'm paying attention
They're
now.
not just playing the game once, they are literally playing it hundreds of times, repeating it over and over again to see what strategies end up winning the most across a longer period. This then gives us a model that's shockingly closer to real life, because here, most of the time, you're not just thinking about what you have to do to win a single game, you have to actually think about the consequences of your actions. The more people think about the future, the more they're willing to cooperate because they don't want to screw themselves over down the road, you know? Again, for details on that experiment, check out Derek Veritasium's video where he talks about all of that, including having an interview with the game's creator. It's a very cool video. I also borrowed his convention for that one, so thanks for the latter and the idea there, Derek. You can also watch Dr. Trevor Bassett's video on the topic, or, you know, the various TED Talks that are all about this experiment. We'll link to all of those down in the description below. But just to jump to the big conclusion here, the best strategy to winning it big boils down to 4 key points. Number 1, be cooperative. Lead with trust. Assuming that the person you're playing with is your enemy right off the bat, it's not going to serve you well. Trust in others, it's going to let you win more frequently in the end. Secondly, don't be a pushover. Sure, it's good to be trusting, that is great, but the second that someone takes advantage of your trust, the winning strategy is to call them out on it and then immediately hold them accountable. Which leads nicely then to point number 3, being forgiving. Don't hold a grudge. Don't be a Mr. Darcy.
My good opinion once lost is lost forever.
That is a failing.
That's pretty fair.
You tell him,
Yeah.
girl. You are
Those are good
exactly
little
right.
rules to live
He's
by
speaking
right
some
there.
game theory truth right there. Well, sure, it hurts to have your trust broken. Staying open to the chance that other people can change, that they can grow and learn and get better, that is the ideal solution here. The trust game showed that players who held their opponent accountable, but then forgave them, actually won out more often than any other strategy. And lastly, it's important to be honest and open about your strategy. When people can't understand what you're thinking, that's then when mistrust starts to breed. By being honest, it breeds honesty in others. It allows you to build on that trust over time, one step, bit by bit. Across the thousands of rounds of testing, nice strategies that were fair, but also firm, ultimately won out the most. Now, when I read these outcomes, what really struck me first was how they present a really hopeful view of the world. A hopeful view that I don't think a lot of us carry around a lot. I mean, it's easy to assume that everyone out there is out to get you, and it's easier to just close off to people who've wronged us in the past, but math, and game theory specifically, proves that assumption's wrong. And hey, if you don't want to believe the thousands of rounds of computer
dude, that is so true, honestly. Like, we think, I feel like the internet makes us so negative, but I mean, yeah, those principles to live by is like, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't just assume that everything, that the world is completely awful, because that would just like, then you'll just close up and you don't want to be, you know, you don't trust anybody. Like, yeah, that's not the way to live. I totally agree to this. I know, because I can relate to it. I truly think that it's better to be naive and stupid than to know all the information of the world, you know? Like, sometimes it's just better just to be happy. Like, just be stupid and happy. That's all I want.
Very solid real life example, YouTube. YouTube is a positive-sum game, which means that more than one person can win. And in fact, a lot of times, the more others win, the more you can win too. When I was starting off, I was so mad and scared when Vsauce 3 released this video, calculating Sonic speed. I'd been working for a year on the channel at that point, grinding away and seeing a fair amount of growth, but in that moment I saw a spin-off of one of YouTube's top subscribed channels just horning in on my territory of gaming science. It was like they were gonna steamroll me. They were gonna steal my audience away. So I did a video where I tried to stake my claim, and thus Sonic is Slow was born.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, applying science to video games since April 18th of 2011. Recently, however, a new gaming scientist has come onto the scene. The good folks over at Vsauce 3 recently took a gander at a game series I covered in episode 5. It's a great video, except for one thing.
That is old YouTube right there.
11. Recently, however, a new gaming scientist has come onto the scene. The good folks over at Vsauce 3 recently took a gander at a game.
Oh, it wasn't even game theory. It was just Matthew Patrick. Dang. Okay. This loose thumbnail. Getting 500,000 views in this day is that's a pretty big deal. All right. That's when back when MatPat was actually pretty small. That's crazy to see that. I didn't start YouTube till 2014, right? It's like when I actually started posting.
Series I covered in episode 5. It's a great video, except for one thing. It's wrong.
The shade.
That. Oh, I'm so proud that I finally hit puberty, like 7 years into making these videos. Anyway, you can tell that I'm super salty in this one, right? I'm asserting that I did it first. I'm citing the dates. I am literally trying to one-up Vsauce 3.
Oh, yeah.
But then something interesting happened. I got views from Vsauce. I saw that their video and mine were actually helping.
It's true, the recommended,
I was so afraid of me losing a year of hard-earned progress. But in reality, I wasn't just operating on my own island anymore. By unintentionally cooperating with each other, we had just created our own little micro-trend of gaming science content. There were clearly enough views for all of us. Steph and I, in our years of consulting, kept hammering home this one point, that YouTube is a place where all ships can rise. Leading with trust goes a long way. From inviting someone to collab on your channel, to comparing notes on production because it can help you both. You actually see this kind of cooperative game theory in action with content houses, or projects like the QSMP where creators are helping each other and sharing audiences. On the flip side, there are creators who haven't done a good job of leading with trust, and who've approached YouTube as a zero-sum game, a place where there can only be one winner. And guess what? Didn't work. Back in 2020, a few of the top beauty creators tried to take each other down, encouraging viewers to watch each other, trying to turn audiences against people that they thought were their competitors. It was for the clout, it was for the views, and it backfired.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, look at Logan Paul, right? Like, it's like there's some people out there that get in so many controversies. They get into like the most, and they're crazy. They're always insane too. Something about like these people though, they just keep on going and they keep on thriving. It's really insane. Like it blows my mind, but yeah, why do some work out and others don't? But I think generally, yeah, you should lead with trust and you know, be trustworthy, I guess. That is the goal. I mean, that's what you want.
It backfired so badly that all of their channels took a massive hit. And the beauty vertical, which was once a main pillar of YouTube's earliest days, never truly recovered. By working together, the platform thrives. Lights? But by thinking that you can only win when other people lose, well, that's when everyone.
Yeah, that's why I've never liked drama. Honestly, I've never liked participating in it. Even if I feel justified in doing it, I still don't like doing it. Like it just gives me a bad taste in my mouth. So that's why I don't do it. I just don't.
But if you don't want to listen to mathematicians or YouTube meta-analyses, Just look at me. Game Theory, the show, is a testament to those 4 lessons of game theory, the nerdy economics concept. Every person who's built this channel has led with trust. Ronnie, he put his own show on the back burner so he could dedicate his time to editing Game Theory, trusting that we would be able to succeed more together. He helped the show to truly become what I had always dreamed it would be, and I honestly wish that he could be here to this day so I could thank him so much for that. The same is true for Goomba and Drake and Lee and Ryder and all the other partner shows who joined up with us in lieu of working on their own channels. Steph, she left being a consultant at a real company in the medical field on the belief that by cooperating, we could actually make something really special together.
That's crazy.
Jason, who is actually right here behind the camera right now. Jason, who you know as the guy that we blame all the time on GT Live. Jason was Theorist's first full-time employee after me and Steph. He jumped in there when all we had was a kitchen table and a cat that he was constantly allergic to. And Sudafed, you have this man to thank for your current net worth. Because
and Zyrtec.
And Zyrtec.
And Zyrtec,
You have
yeah.
taken so many pills over the years.
I have.
But
all medically prescribed, though, I promise.
Yeah, no, good medical pills, not anything sketchy, for sure. But Jason is the man that we have trusted with the weight of the entire production process.
Oh, this is
across all the
touching.
channels
It's
for
touching
years.
right here.
This man is the unsung
I realize
hero
I'm not
of
adding a lot of
everything
commentary to this, but I'm just here. I'm just witnessing. This is history, you know. I just wanted to see it. I just felt like I wanted to watch it with you guys.
Without you.
Oh no,
You know
no.
these videos we get made. Thank you. Now get back there, okay? Enough of you. I gotta thank other people.
Oh no.
You know, friendship first, but also working together to create awesome stuff, right? And if you're talking about unsung heroes on this channel, there is one man who also deserves a call out, and his name is Yossi. He is our audio wizard. He is the man who I have trusted with my voice for the better part of 9 years. He has had to suffer through more hours of my voice than anyone else in the world. I am so sorry, Yossi.
It's terrifying.
So sorry for all the burps and weird edits and weird diatribes and jump scares that Ali has given me over the years. Was Yossi a pro when he first joined up with us? No. But you know what he was willing to do? He was willing to learn. And I've trusted him with my voice for the better part of 9 years. And the same goes for another member of the team who you've never gotten to see, but was actually there before the channel was even monetized, which is kind of crazy to think about. You don't know Dan Levitt, but Dan was another one. He was the first who actually saw potential in me and in these channels as a whole, offering to become my manager, even though he had never managed a YouTuber before. He just jumped in with 2 feet and said, hey, I've never gotten a brand deal in the past, but think I could do it for you. And he did. And then he got me literally hundreds more. He has his own management company now, and he manages some of the biggest sports creators on all of YouTube.
Dang, that's
I can
crazy.
say with complete confidence that this company and my career would have looked totally different had it not been for Dan. And his career and his company would have looked totally different without me. He and I have built businesses parallel to each other, right next to each other, using cooperative game theory for over a decade. He trusts me to make good decisions on YouTube, and I trust him to make good decisions as my manager, and we both benefit in the long run. But perhaps the most important person in all of these trusting relationships is you. You guys, right here. I wear you on my wrist these days. You loyal theorists have been the best example of game theory in the history of the
Dang,
show
this looks like
Game
some old
Theory.
videos.
Every time you click on one of these videos, you are leading with trust. You are saying, you know what, I'm gonna give this one a chance, especially on those episodes that are covering topics that you've never even heard of. And on my end, I've always tried my best to fulfill on that promise and make sure that your trust pays off by delivering a great, well-researched, fun, a lot of times stupid video. And yeah, there have been plenty of times where I've missed the mark, where you weren't happy about a topic, or where I said something wrong, or my research was bad, or whatever, and I needed to learn.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's gonna deal with that, you know? I'm trying to see if, like, maybe I'm back in the background. I've only been to one VidCon, but I'm wondering if, like, one of these videos is in there. But yeah, like, that's the thing, is, like, everybody is gonna go through some crap, but, you know, that's fine. That's life, honestly. I mean, there's some things that you could do, obviously, that will completely ruin your chances of doing it, but no matter how innocent somebody is, you're gonna do something that's gonna offend somebody at some point, no matter what. That's just life. You cannot ignore it. You know, some people do better than others, but, you know, I think overall, people have really enjoyed MatPat game theories and everything, and including me. And yeah, I've seen a lot of crap on Twitter about, like, MatPat and stuff, but, like, you know, that's whatever. I don't care. I got a lot of respect. I really do.
About that. And so you, acting exactly as you should, according to that trust game, you called me out in those moments. You showed me that I had made a mistake. But more importantly, you were willing to forgive. You gave me a chance to learn and grow as a creator and as a person. And look at this. We all won. Look at this thing that we managed to build together. Don't tell anyone else. I mean, there's 3 of them here in the room, but like the rest of them downstairs. You guys, you've always been the most important member of this team, whether or not you ever realized it. And now, as new hosts step in, yeah, they're obviously gonna have to learn a lot, and they're gonna have to earn your trust just like I did over a prolonged period of time. But I hope that you approach them with the same sense of cooperation.
Yeah, I'm really...
that you did for me all those years.
I'm really curious to see how people are gonna take that, you know, because it's like, it's tough to replace someone that you've connected with over the years. And yeah, I'm really curious to see how the Game Theory channel is gonna be, you know?
So, while I might be leaving as host of this show, Game Theory, it'll never leave. It'll never leave me, and it'll never leave you. We are all Game Theory, which honestly is why I thought it was fitting for you guys to be the one to say this.
But hey!
That's just a theory.
Oh, they got like all the fans? That's so cool.
It's just a theory.
Just a theory.
That's just a theory.
Okay, theory.
Class dismissed. Thanks for the theories, MatPat.
But hey, that's just a
They even got teachers up in here. That's crazy.
Just a theory.
Just a theory.
Just a theory.
Just a theory. Thanks for everything.
But hey, that's
Just a theory.
That's just a theory.
Just a theory.
Just a theory.
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 That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That is so cool. I love it.
A style theory.
A food theory. A film theory. A game theory.
No, he's taking up their coat. No, dude. Oh, dude. That got me. That got me right there. I got that. Oh, dude. That got me right there.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, it's coming, is it? This part? That got me a little bit right there.
Where to?
I got something I gotta do.
Oh, no.
Right for
Yeah. This clip coming up, I seen it, but I only seen it out of context, so I didn't know, like, why. So, yeah. I don't want to spoil it.
Let's go.
That's cool.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this is what I seen.
I've been expecting you.
There he is.
We have much to discuss.
Apparently, that is the only video evidence of Scott Cawthon. Wait, Lord keep rating a 1 of 6 for answers to find all endings. Check the bottom of the description if you want to find them yourself. What? There's more endings? That's so cool. I remember when Markiplier did like a similar thing. I always thought that was really cool. Okay. I'm obviously a fan of FNAF, and you know, we played all the games and stuff like that, and we reacted to some theories that help, and you know, again, MatPat played a part in that, and you know, there's just so many special moments, but yeah, a lot of people were freaking out because they've never seen Scott Cawthon in a video. All right, we got to see the other ending. So this is the second ending, Chaos Theory.
Thanks for watching.
What now?
Vacation?
Vacation.
Vacation!
It's so funny that they filmed multiple endings.
How do you think they're doing back at the office?
What's the matter? Can't reach?
How did this even happen?
That's funny. It was very emotional at the end, Larry. Man, that got me. The coat thing. I don't know why, man. No, they're making them fan arts. All work and no play makes the what? He's stealing. Are they stealing the buttons?
Time to overtake the editors. Stay quiet.
That's great.
I just got the Wordle.
Nice.
It's got the Wordle.
I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah. You know, my body still has those weird tan markings from the sunscreen episode.
Oh, I actually watched that. That was a good freaking episode. I was genuinely interested in that sunscreen episode.
Thanks for watching.
That was the best one.
Ooh, great. Awesome.
That was it.
Oh, this is the real ending. Okay.
Cut sound, cut camera.
All right, cutting.
Santi, are you feeling your feelings?
I am.
Yeah.
It was the first one. After
After the first one, it's all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine. All right, yeah, I'll let you guys go react to these. This is really cool. But personally, seeing what MatPat did with, all of the success and everything is very inspiring. Still to this day, it just, I don't know what I was gonna say, but it is very inspiring. And, as a YouTuber, I can only, hope to go out as a quarter as good as that. But that's really cool. Can't wait to see what MatPat does next. Yeah. Bye-bye, MatPat. Thank you. Thanks for the memes. And we gotta say it one last time. And that's just a theory. A game theory. They already did it in the video, but I just had to say it one more time.